Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name's Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew with Nat. You can find me on Instagram as sew_stitch_sew. Welcome, hello. Thank you to my returning subscribers and hello to any new viewers that are out there today. I think this is going to be a short one, but it has got quite a bit of haul, so apologies, I'll give you warning before that comes up. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're ready for Christmas. I'm kind of there. I need to get wrapping and doing some Christmas card writing. Today's the 15th of December, so we're getting close. I've got my notes aside. I've tried to angle it so that I can get the tree in, which is over there. It's weird on camera. If you're wondering what that is, it's my husband made a Sabutio board for him and my eldest son. Not that it gets out that much, but it just sits there. I'm not quite sat in my normal stitchy spot. It kind of moves depending on who's in the room, but I'm normally sat on the next seat along because this is like a two-seater. And we're getting ready for Christmas, so we've had to move the room around. So yeah, kind of mixed in life a little bit then. So I think I'll start with finish and a start and finish, and then I've got 2 whips and a new start, and like I say, a fair bit of haul. So my first finish, I haven't got it to show because it's already been framed and gifted, is my Fawlty Towers by 8-bit North X Stitch. So that's, I think it is, I need to check whether it's still available on Etsy, but if it is I'll put it below. This is a gift from my dad, and at the bit bottom it says don't mention the war. I think they only made one series. I think it's like 12 or 14 episodes, but my dad likes it, so I thought of him and thought I'd stitch him that. I did him the Only Fools and Horses independent trading last year. If I've got a picture of that, I'll pop that in. That's also by the same designer. What do I stitch next year? I have got a couple of ideas, but not TV related. So that is that one. My next one is a little penguin SAL, which was actually start and finish for me. I think I mentioned that I can't remember if I printed it off or not. Let's print out. So it's available on Gogò's Etsy store. She's an Italian designer, but it's actually designed by Dorigo, Michela. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Like I said, it's available on Gogò's website, but very Etsy store, but very much in touch with how she designs. And I've stitched this on 32 count country vintage mocha. Sorry, it's daytime. It's like 9:30 in the morning and there's just no light, so I've got all the lights on that I can. This was stitched 2/2 with DMC, all called for. Like I say, I've just changed the fabric, and I think I probably will make it into a cushion or a flat faux, I'm not sure yet. And as you can tell, for some reason I've got a 2-inch margin that way and a 3-inch margin that way. I don't know what went on, but anyway, it fits and that's the main thing. I had a little bit of fun with the border that went round, so that got frogged a couple of times. But other than that, lovely, but a lot of stitching. So I look forward to having that up. It's only meant to be 93 by 97, but of course the penguin is solid stitching, and there's a tiny bit of back stitch for the hot chocolate. I think you could actually get away with just using one red because they're very similar in colour. So one's a slightly, ever so slightly like richer red, and the other's a bit ever so slightly brighter red. So that's my finish and my start and finish, or SAF. My whips, that's my new start. And I've just realised I've left one in my handbag that is not to hand, so I'll just pause for a second. Right, my first whip is my Quiet Please SAL. Although it was a SAL, but I don't think it ever got started as a SAL. It was with BelushiStitches and EmmaXstitching. I started when we were meant to start. And this is on a 32 count snow. That's what I got. I say it's an even weave, but I can't remember. And it's stitched with Stitchy Ferret thread from when she was on Etsy. Then she got her own website. I think she might be back on Etsy again now. It doesn't have a name. It just goes from pinky tone to like a pale purple tone back to a blue tone. I have added in some extra of the purple down here. I just need to chart my initials and change the year from, I think it was 2020. It's a free design, it's available on a blog. I'll link it down below. It was 2010 actually. So I need to chart 2023 in there. Fingers crossed. Still, what have I got to go? Got a motif here, the year, my initials and a flower. There's a Quaker motif there, a flower, a leaf acorn. There's a few other bits to go on here. Now, do I chart 2023 is the question, or it could be risky, it could slip into 2024. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. I'd like to get it done. Not sure I will, because the new start is the one I'd like to get finished sooner rather than later, but I've got to finish something else first, which is my next whip, which is a present for my eldest son for Christmas. I should really get it off the Q snap as well. This isn't available anymore. It was on Etsy by Embroidery for kids art, and it was a Pokemon song, so I'm doing this one, which is the first line of the song, or first few lines of the song. So I've got about 1,200 stitches to go, and it's all filling on, I think this is 80, it's either 18 or 20 count, and I'm doing 2 over 2. I've got a feeling it's 18, but it's on black Ada. I'll just chuck that on the floor. And I've got hanging thread, and I'm off camera, so I'm doing really well. So there is literally 3 colours in this, and I have bespoke it to my own personal taste by stitching, I can't even remember where it is, but somewhere around here it's off by 1. It doesn't change the overall effect. I'm not frogging it. So yeah, you don't always have to frog. So yeah, literally I've gone around the outside of those, and I'm literally just filling in that green. That's the last colour. It's very easy-ish. Got the right needle and a bit of something white behind it, I'm fine, I can do it. I think I've kind of trained my eyes to stitching on it now. So now I've got another great big piece on an even weave. I want to say it's 28 count, which is the Darth Vader piece for my youngest son. This is for my eldest son. That needs to get finished. It's meant to be getting turned into a cushion. The other one is not going to be a cushion because it's a UFO, and that's for my eldest, and that was a great big Pokemon thing which is not available anymore. I'm assuming it's to do with copyright. But I think I was a bit ambitious when I started that. I could go back to it, but it's going to take me a long time. So yeah. And it's going to go into this frame, which is from Amazon. I have actually ordered all 4, and all 4 will fit into the frame. So similar to the way the picture is set out is how it will go on the wall eventually. But I'll probably just change the order of how they're shown, because it's shown in a random order. So I've obviously got the 1. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it is. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, the plan is to start Bulbasaur, not Bulbasaur, Charmander. This is Bulbasaur. Charmander next year and get it done for Christmas. It's about, this one was about 12,000 stitches, so I've got a feeling that might be the same, but obviously the dimensions are slightly different. He's slightly taller, but not as wide, I think. But I made the fabric and frame so that it would fit the biggest dimension for everyone. So yeah, that's a mission. So I want that done for Christmas. I have got some black mount board, but I'm not sure it's quite big enough, so I might have to join 2 together, which I have done before. It's tricky, but you can do it. And like I say, that's normally on the Q-snap, so it stretches the fabric and makes those holes a little bit easier to see. The other thing I would say is don't go too fine on the needle with it if you are stitching black and it's on Ada, because you'll find the hole a little bit easier with a slightly bigger needle as well, rather than going through the weave. That is it for, oh hang on, we got the new start. So my new start was part of the Jingle ball, just a couple of weekends ago now. I had a great time. I wish I'd got more time in the stitchy rooms, but life, and I'm more than happy with the amount I spent and what I got. So, if you're going to go to a physical retreat, you're looking at spending at least £200. Whereas a Jingle ball, I think, was about £8-9. And you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to book a hotel. Yes, it would be nice to meet people in person, but it fitted around home life, which is the main thing. It gave me a taste of what a retreat might be like as well. So I signed up for one class as well as going to some of the stitchy rooms. I hung out in the... There was 2 different rooms I went into. One was on the Saturday morning, which wasn't the international table. I think it was stitching in my pyjamas. And then I was hanging out in the international room most of Sunday. Stayed up way too late. Actually got to talk to Lindy Stitches and Stephanie and... oh, the name's gone. I just hate that when that happens. Her better half, other half that now works with her, and Jeanette Douglas as well. She came into our room and she was chatting to everybody. Planning to stay in contact with some of the girls that I met in that room as well. So we're talking about having a Zoom catch up in the new year. So I'm looking forward to that. Sally from FlossySewsAndGrows is in that room as well, and Kate from Crafty Kate. So I've got some fair fabric, but I've not stitched on it yet. So we were talking about being football widows as well at one point, which is so true. And then Sally was telling us how her prep's going for her 50 starts for next year as well. So the class. I think the class was booked for 2 hours. I think it ran to nearly 3, and I think she did that on both sessions. There was no pre-stitching involved, but this is what we were all stitching, and it's on a 28 count linen. It's meant to be in white, but I only had platinum that was big enough to fit everything on. I apologise for the hanging threads, but the frog has visited, still visiting, and needs to get gone. So yeah, that's how big it is. So it's going to go all the way across here, I think, to nearly to the end, and then the top and bottom piece will come down here. She did ask for a longer piece than this, but this is the only piece that I had that was big enough at that point. I'm not stitching on 28 count linen so much these days, and I just didn't have enough time to order another piece, or just trying to rein it back in a little bit. Trying to save, but yeah, that didn't work very well. So this is all correct, I think. This line here is off by 1 stitch, so all of that underneath is off by 1 stitch, which is fine when you look at this bit, but then when you go across that way and you've got Santa and the elf and Mrs. Claus, if I take 1 stitch out, they're not going to fit on, unfortunately, because they go from top to bottom. So in the class we talked about measuring the fabric, getting on the fabric, what layout it should be, and then trimming, and then like basically taking it to a finish, how to finish it. So with the block, it's basically similar to how you do a biscornu. So you use this line of back stitching that goes along the top. You sort of sew them together basically to create the join. So yeah, can't remember who I was watching, but someone was watching a stitch over 4 strands rather than over 2. So I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, we'll see. Because it needs it to hold it together basically. So yeah, I've got a long way to go on that, but I'd like to get that finished because the class, I can watch the recording back until I think it's the 2nd of January. So if I want to watch it again, I can watch it again. If I want to watch it while I'm trying to finish it off, then I need to get it stitched. So after Bulbasaur, that is my main priority before Christmas, as well as fully finishing the Bulbasaur. I still need to fully finish I love crocheting for my mother-in-law, and then I've still got 2 stockings that I need to make, let alone the refinishes that I wanted to do that isn't going to get done this year now. So yeah, 2 stockings to finish. One of them is mine and the other one's husband, who's been waiting years for it. But I finally finished it this year and I'd love to get it fully finished. Hey ho. So that is it in terms of stitching. All I've got left now is haul. You might be able to tell from my voice I've still got a little bit of a cough. So I was also at the works Christmas party last night. I did drink. I did not drink so much that I was awake until 2 o'clock in the morning like some of my colleagues. So yeah. So I look a bit tired, that's why. Haul. So I bought some more bobbins. So I got these off eBay because it works out cheaper than getting them off Amazon. But these are the ones I use, which are the hemline ones. I don't like the plastic ones, so I tend to go for like the I can't remember what they call, yeah, paper card. I've had some before and they've been thinner, but these are the ones that I will go for. So I bought a few of those. My thread club came in from Lakeside Needlecrafts here in the UK, and I think I've possibly got 1 or 2 months left. I'm down to the V's, so I can't imagine there's much more after that. I don't know how well, I might not be able to show these today. But Vintage Violet, it's like a bluey purpley colour. Wagon Wheel, Watley Woods, Wild Berries, Wasabi, like a pale green, I'm not sure how well that's showing, Wavy Navy, which I know I had in a box last Christmas before, from Patchwork Rabbit. I think it was Patchwork Rabbit. But I know I've got one in my stash. Weeping Willow. Wilderness, which is slightly more browny coloured. Wild Oat, which is like a creamy off-white. And Wisconsin Woods. I was looking at Coffee Craft Fabrics. I think I missed the last Super Sunday, but she had some left over and I decided to take the plunge and get, I think it's a 32 count. 32 count even weave opal, which is a grey. It's got opalescent in it. It's got a little bit of lighter touch down here. So this is my second piece of Coffee Craft Fabrics, but I've not actually stitched on it yet. Sorry, it's really hard to show today, especially without a board and then Christmas tree. But anyway, oh, look, I love the Christmas trees. Come in. Oh, crinkle. Sorry. I got some like Friends ribbon off Amazon. I don't know if that's still available. If it is, I can pop it in. I desperately wanted some Christmas bags from Pauline Sewbebags. Controversial, but Teresa Kogut is not my style, and so I went for the next batch. I almost got tempted to get some in the last batch, so she's had 3 batches since I last recorded. There's a Teresa Kogut one, this one which is Liberty. She let me know it's saying thank you, and I can't remember what the last one was. So I went for a bauble bag, which is plain, just plain inside. Smells lovely, and it fits the 11x11 Q snap. And the other one was the Christmas houses. Now I was thinking Glitter Village could go in here. When I eventually start it, it's all kitted up, ready to go. I need to finish some other things first. And that's got a plain fabric inside. And she also sent me some tea as well. And it comes beautifully wrapped. I've got a tissue paper here, which I might reuse as well for wrapping up the pillow when I finish it. And then I've brought over my advent calendar for Cottage Garden Threads, which is from Poppy Patch here in the UK, and my Cotton and Clay advent just for the 15th. I'll probably show you everything at a later date, probably the January one. So I'm still planning to do the whip parade between Christmas and New Year, so number 15. Oh yeah, lovely, like deep red. Don't know how well that's going to show. That might be a bit better. So at the head, there's lights above the camera, and then there's lights behind me as well. And then Cotton and Clay feels like fabric. I think Yasmin's been stitching, been opening Cotton and Clay as well, and hers has been slightly different to mine. So this looks like a 14 count. It's not, I know it's showing white. I don't think it is white. There's no tag on it. I'm trying to work out if it's a very pale blue. Why is it, there's nothing white when you want something white? Oops, the back of this. Yeah, I think it's a pale blue. But it's definitely is what I got because it's got the orange. But it's a big piece. What am I going to stitch on that? There have been 2 patterns already so far. I'm not sure there's going to be another one. So yeah, this is a rainbow. I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, it was a tree and stuff. Sorry, that's bad. Yeah, I can't remember. They're over there. I'll have the details when I do the January video. Unless I get an extra one in between now and then, but I'm not sure I will, because I'll do my whip parade between Christmas and New Year. And that'll probably be it for the rest of 2023. So we'll see if we get those things finished. So obviously part of the Jingle Ball is the shopping haul. I did pick up a few freebies, which I've only printed one, and I did buy some patterns, some of them exclusive, some of them not. So Stephanie designed this for the Jingle Ball, so this was a freebie. And then they did an ornament book last year and this year. This year you could get last year's ornament book, but only for this year. Well, you can only get it this time. So that's got all of these in. Like I say, that's the 2022 one. And then I got the 2023 one. So I don't know if she's planning to do the same this year. So you could have it as a physical copy or a PDF. So a lot of the designs, all the designs were doing PDFs of their patterns. Because of the international market that was there, it was just easier for everyone. But if you're in America, you could still order the physical copy. And then Blue Flower and LindyStitches have done another collaboration, which is called Snowy Snuggles Scrapbook. To Janine's is part 1. You can see what it will look like here. And then Stephanie's is part 2. That image is a bit bigger on that one. And then I've loved Hello from Miss Matthews, this design for a long time. I've finally pulled the trigger. So I got Quaker Snowflakes. I love that fabric, but I think it's a Pictures Plus, so it could be a 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 stitch order. Probably won't use the MPI silks, but it's the fabric I think that's really sort of setting off for me. But I like that version. And it's not too Christmassy either. You could have it up for a little bit longer. And then I got the exclusive, which is To All a Good Night. So it's lots of tartan down here. You can't see it, but there's snowflakes on the fabric as well. I don't know what fabric it's stitched on. I'll probably do my own. Like choose my own fabric. Dyed any fabric yet. And then I picked up the Tiny Modernist SAL. So that's what it looked like when we ordered it. I'll put a picture of what it looks like now. So the fourth part got released today, and then the last part's on the 20th of December. It's not going to get stitched this year. And then I just wanted to talk about Hearts for Pam, which the PDF patterns had come in last time, and I forgot to show them. The video was getting too long anyway. So I put my phone down somewhere. I was going to put them on screen. 1 second. Alright, Sorry, back again. I'm going to put the images on screen and just talk about them. So these, like I say, were released, I want to say about a month or so ago. I think the rest of the last lot of physical shipments have just been done. So we had Handlebar Stitcher, which is Biscorn Rue. I'd definitely like to do another Biscorn you. It's just whether I do that one or I've got quite a few Tiny Modernist and maybe some Fabi Riley. Choose Hope by Heart in Hand. Jeanette Douglas designed this heart, which has got some specialty stitches in it. Ink Circles Entwined Heart. Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower did Seasons of the Heart. I haven't actually stitched any of the Seasons of the Heart. I'm getting tempted, I must admit, so this could be a test. Darling and Whimsy did With My Heart in My Hand. Yeah, I'd definitely like to stitch some more of those. Quaker Motifs. Stephanie Webb designed Queen of the Thread. And then Mojo Stitches did Zelda's Heart. Nobody has ever measured, not even the poets, how much the heart can hold. And I just think that's really beautiful. So it's on my to stitch list. And then the other designs that we got, so another 14 designs. Some of these are embroidery rather than cross stitch. I've dabbled in embroidery. I've still got an embroidery kit to finish, which is the umbrella with like some of the, like an example of all the stitches. I think it just needs some like black whip stitch put on. It's not got that much left to do. Oh, and possibly 2 more speciality stitches. So yeah, that just needs finished. So we had Hugs and Kisses, A Hearty Cottage Garden. Witchy Stitcher, Anatomical Heart. Fox and Rabbit, Bathtub of Blooms. Bendy Stitches, Ace of Swords. Hare's Nest. I don't know if you can see from the image on the screen, it's got 2 hares looking at each other in the heart. And then Rebel Stitcher, Heartfelt Posy. Amy Calissa, Hearts of a Flutter. That's an embroidery piece. The satin stitch and a few other techniques I've not done before in there. Jan Hicks creates Hopeful Heart Prayer Flag. Fig and Berry Creations Lovebirds, which is another embroidery. Handlebar Stitcher, I've actually got 2 of her. Love Bugs. I must admit that's not my thing, so probably won't get stitched. Petals and Patches, My Book Bag, which is another embroidery, as is this one, which is by Misa Matlock. which is by under the design name Forage, which is embroidery, but it's also got some good sort of flowers of bits of fabric that have been sewn on. And then Veronica's Quilt Design, which is another embroidery. That's quite not some of the techniques I've done before. It looks quite heavy embroidery. And then Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch Wild at Heart. Yep. So I got the PDF bundle, not the physical package. Yeah. And I hope everything's now well. It's definitely good fundraiser. Look forward to getting it. It's like, oh, when's it going to come? When's it going to come? We had a bit of a delay, but that was understandable. You can't predict these things. So yeah. So in terms of plans, finished Bulbasaur, Jingle Ball, fully finished I Love Crocheting. That's a mouthful. Bulbasaur, and then finish the 2 stockings. Tidy up, ready for the in-laws to visit for Christmas, which kids are very excited about. Yeah, and just I'm off from the Friday through to the 2nd of January, so good fun. Kids were off for another week after that. Don't know why they've done it that way, but instead of having a week before, they got the week after, in January. Looking forward to Christmas. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas. I don't think I'll be back before Christmas, but definitely plan to be back between Christmas and New Year. So Merry Christmas and goodbye for now.